We did look at various crashes, to see how various crashes were shot, how these cars really moved when they crashed. There were a horrendous number of fatal accidents in the 1920s, for example. What I didn't want to do was long lens, beautiful shots, race cars going through the countryside, because that kind of pushes audience back into being observers. And instead, I wanted to subjectify the experience for audience and bring them into the car. So that meant, the agitation, the sense of you are there, and also for them to understand the basics, which I don't think audience really perceive that they're getting that, but that's the design of the very first sequence. When we see Jean Bérat drive what is in fact Dick Mason's actual Maserati single-seater, and we're seeing what he's doing, and audience are picking up on it. They see when he shifts from fourth to third in the beginning of that chicane and accelerating out at the apex of the turn. It's seemingly dramatic and just something to look at, but subconsciously, it's designed to instruct the audience. Here's driving these cars in 1957. The choreography of these large-scale scenes is, it's kind of fascinating. I learned a lot from a choreographer in a little neighborhood in Maputo, Mozambique, who had a neighborhood dance company who we happened upon quite by accident when we were location scouting. I thought I understood what the dance was about, and he said, well, choreography begins with a story. And that always stuck with me. So then whether it's round one in the Ali-Liston fight or the shootout in Heat, to me it's like choreographing a dance, if you like, but all begins with a story, the same as a scene that's totally dialogue. What does this character want? What does he want to do? What's his action? What are the impediments? What are the circumstances? So that, for example, in the shootout in Heat, it's one thing. De Niro wants to leave. You got to get out of there because more asses are coming in. So that's all the action is designed to leave. And only when you know that can you figure out all the pieces and what ought to be there. Ferrari wants to progress his technical innovations to empower his racing team. That's all he wants. And that part of his life is linear, it's logical, it's driven by reason, strategy, tactics. The personal part of his life is exactly the opposite. There's no rudder. He's impulsive, libidinous. There's no shape to it. Everything's chaotic. And that's what's so fascinating about this dichotomy in this character, which is one of the main reasons to do the movie. You or I might ask ourselves, should we do something or not do something? Enzo's question to himself is, why wouldn't I? So there's an impulsiveness to it that is unquestioning. It's navigationless. There's no navigation to the personal life. That's what I found so fascinating about him.